For any veteran who is watching this, there is something that we relate on, and that's that, man, there is nothing that you think about more while you are in combat. We dream about it. We fantasize about it. It is that moment where we get to come home. And for me, there was an experience that helped shape the rest of my life, in that when we came into the airfield, we were met by a group of men that were there to protect our welcome home. You see, this was during a time where protesters were beginning to show up at the funerals of Iraq veterans who had been killed in combat. And it was Vietnam veterans that rose up and said, never again are we going to allow anyone who has served in war from the United States of America to be shamed the way that we were shamed. And so they rose up and they began to protect and show up at every single welcome home ceremony and every funeral of anyone who was serving in the 9/11 conflicts. So we're on the bus coming into the airfield, and I see all these bikers, and they've got flags on the back of their bikes. And as we pulled off and walked off the bus, the first thing I see is 100 Vietnam veterans lined up shoulder to shoulder, holding the American flag, guarding my welcome home. So I was able to have that moment with my family. I was able to have that experience of coming home and to begin the healing process from war. And for our Vietnam veteran fathers, that was not the case. So many of them, when they came back and they walked off the planes where they were expecting to receive a welcome home, they were met with shame, they were met with blame, they were met with protesters who called them baby killers. And so these men, after being shamed by this nation, they rose up and they said, never again will we allow this to happen. And they guarded our welcome home. About 5 years ago, after I'd started Engage Your Destiny, it was our mission to bring hope and healing to our veterans and to the military. And one day, I was home taking care of my dad, who was passing away from cancer. And there's no other way to put it, but I saw a vision. I was walking through our living room and I was in the middle of doing something, and then this picture just opened up in front of my eyes, and it was this massive stadium that was filled with tens of thousands of Vietnam veterans. And I don't know how I knew they were Vietnam veterans, but I knew it and I saw it, and then the vision zoomed in on this one Vietnam veteran, and tears were just streaming down his eyes because he was healing and he was being welcomed home. And it was in that moment that I knew I was receiving a calling to bring a movement of honor to these men and to bring it across this nation. And so that is why in 2022, we are hosting the Heroes Honor Festival at the Daytona International Speedway, where we are going to give our Vietnam veteran fathers, their families, and anyone else who's coming to support the biggest, baddest, most patriotic welcome home, the welcome home you deserve. Thank you, God bless you, and we can't wait to see you there.